Hello, everybody. I thought this year I tried to start reloading a little bit more videos. I know it's towards the end of the year, but I was just thinking, I haven't made videos in a long time. And I thought I would show you some of the books I've completed. These are all books I've completed, what I've completed for this year. So this is a half and half book. Half of it's a George Toufexis Color by Number by Creative Haven. The other half is Charming Gardens by Teresa Goodridge. And it's a decently thick book. Anybody that colors Creative Haven knows you get roughly, I think, 30 or 31 pages per book. So it's 2 for 1, which wasn't bad. But this book, I just used cheap art supplies. This is the first time I've done a color by number since I was a little kid. And I did really, really enjoy this. But I will suggest that if you do use permanent markers, especially Sharpies, because that's what I primarily used in this book with acrylic color pencils, is to go back over them with color pencil, because even though I know usually Sharpies don't leave streaks, it did on some of mine. And I don't know if maybe it's just my Sharpies, maybe the pack I bought have been sitting on the shelf at Walmart for a while, I don't know, but they still turned out a little streaky. But anyways, I just want to show you guys, this is one of the books I finished this year. And as with all of his books, you get your little color key and whatnot. But yeah, see, this is what it did with a brand new box, right out of the box set of Sharpies. I was a little upset that it did that. But like I said, maybe someday down the road, maybe I'll go back over a color pencil. Who knows? I do like the way these turn out, though. I will say I like the way they turn out with marker a little better than colored pencil, because I've noticed it's really, really hard to do them with cheap color pencils. I mean, mind you, if I would have used more higher grade pencils, they probably would have turned out a little better. Because the other half of the book, I did some of them in color pencil, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But it seems like I had to press really, really hard on the couple pages that I did do in here color pencil. So, but then again, like I said, I was using cheap acryls. I know they're not the best, and they're not real super pigmented. But it's just a shame that, I'm used to that happening with water-based markers, not my Sharpies. Because when they dried, they weren't streaky. But then my book's been sitting in my stash, and all of a sudden I noticed, when I opened it back up, it kind of faded and got a little streaky. And I don't know what happened with these little dots right here. I don't know where those came in right here. I don't know where what that was. I love this one. But yeah, I just think that they pop a little bit more when they're done in markers. And I honestly have not seen anybody color in this book. I know a lot of people like George Toufexis artwork, but they don't like to do it as well. Like, they like his artwork, but they don't like to color it because it's tedious. But I don't mind the tedious stuff. Really like that one. That one kind of reminds me of like a psychedelic daydream kind of scene. But I just think that they turn out really, really pretty when they're done in marker. But yeah, see, my marker faded. Yeah, and see how it streaked really bad, and just some colors did. Which is a shame, but I don't have the time to go all the way back over this book and do layer over layer. It's never going to happen, probably. I mean, I love realistic, I'd like to, but I don't think I have that kind of time. And this one I really like, too. Yeah, he's got a couple other books I really, really am interested in. I'd like to try and do a second book of his someday. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. And this could just be because it was acrylic color pencils, and I know they're not super pigmented. But I had to press so hard that, see what it did to my paper? It's like my paper wrinkled in my book. I'm like, whoa. And they just didn't turn out as nice. Like, yeah. See, this was another one I did in color pencil, and I just don't think they turn out as bright as they do with the markers, but I don't know, everybody has their preferences. And this is the only page I really, really did not like at all. The cherubs turned out funny on the fountain. I don't know if it's the shadows or what, but they didn't turn out right once I colored them. I don't know if it was me doing something wrong, or maybe it was just the way it was laid out. The color key, I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious if anybody else is colored in this book. If you have, let me know in the comments. Love to see other people's pages from this book and see how theirs turned out using different art supplies. So like I said, I just use the cheap of the cheapest, but it is what it is. This one didn't turn out too bad. And then this is where the book transitions over into the Teresa Goodridge. And but see, it seems like the streakiness didn't happen as bad, even though it was the same pack of markers on this half of the book. So I don't understand what that's all about. Because it feels like the same paper throughout the book. I do like this Southwest picture. But then see that one, the sidewalk did turn out streaky too. I don't know. Like I said, I think maybe it's just the pack of Sharpies I got. Might have been sitting on the shelf for a year before they got purchased. Who knows? Never know how long Walmart keeps things on their shelves. And I think this is probably the 4th or 5th Teresa Goodridge book I finished so far in the last 2 years. I don't have any of her gnome books. I've done the Seaside Village one, I think it was called, and all the gardening ones, pretty much. But yeah, I'd like to find City Sights by George Toufexis and what's the other one? Around the World. I really like those two. So if I come across those, I'd like to get those. But yeah, see how I did this one in just my little cheapy acrylics and it didn't buckle the page. And I didn't have to press as hard. So I don't understand why it did it on that one, those couple pages in the other half of the book where I had to press so hard. Yeah, because these are all colored acrylics. And I just use cheap stuff, which is not a problem. It's just what I got. I'm not complaining. Use what I got before I buy anything else. And this one I did actually put a little bit of glitter gel pen on some of the flowers. Like, I don't know how well it shows up. But then, oh yeah, and I did it on the fountain water in the bird bath. I like that one. That one's cute. And that page trying to fall out. So yeah, so that's the Charming Gardens half. So anyways, if you have this book, I'm curious if you've colored in it. What you would suggest if I do come across another one of these 2-in-1s. Or any helpful tips on how to do a George Toufexis book. Anyways, thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed my video. And hope you guys are all having a great weekend. I'll see you all in the future. Bye.